that time once again to see what I spent my money on this week. Have about 27 items to go through. No introduction, we're just going to get right into it. Last week I showed this and I mentioned, that I put in a new case, and I hinted that I'd be showing you where that case came from, so I'm going to do that. At a comic book store, they had got a good deal, $10, a lot of Blu-rays. So I used Amazing Spider-Man, used that case for Man of Steel. I also picked this up. I need to stop buying movies like Dollar General, Family Dollar. They have them $5 in these sleeves, but this one's got a huge scratch on it. I don't know if it'll play, but that's something else I picked up. While I was at the comic book shop, I was looking for, cases. Christmas Carol came in a 4-disc case, which I already switched out, because it had a digital copy disc, which is useless, so I used that for, I think, my Sleeping Beauty. I made into a 4-disc. I also picked up Superman Returns, because I've kind of been on a Superman kick, and this was in a 3-disc case, but I switched out, and then this is those bulky DVD cases. So I'm looking for 2 Blu-ray 2-disc, bigger size cases for G-Force and for Spider-Man. That was my first bit of buying. Then I traded in a bunch of stuff and went to the mall, went to Newberry Comics, which first thing I bought was Insomnia. Great movie. And I think this was $6, but I had a lot of trade-in. I ended up getting like $60-some in trade-ins. So that was Insomnia. Then Man of Steel Steelbook. Had to grab that. I'll show you the image there. Very nice. This, I believe, was more priced. I think this was $16. So that Man of Steel is now for trade, and bonus, it comes in a 3-disc case already. And when I'm at the mall, I have to go to FYE, and the first thing I grabbed was Let Me In. It's kind of the French version. I haven't watched it yet. And then they have really good sales, $5, $10 movies. So these were $5 a piece. So I'm starting the George Romero collection. This was a pickup. This was in the $7.99 bin with the slip. Got this at Best Buy. Good movie. Saw this in the theater, and it was one of those old school theaters where they don't have stadium seating anymore. The floors were super sticky. Great movie. Robin Williams in a dramatic performance. I recommend this movie. Then a lot of Target buys. So I've been looking for this for a while. From Dusk Till Dawn. At Target and elsewhere, I've seen like the 4-movie collection with the sequels and Full Tilt Boogie, but I really just wanted the movie, and this was $5, so something I've been looking for a while. Glad to have that. Pain and Gain, haven't seen it, heard a lot of great things. This was $10, so I jumped on that. Now something, I don't know if you can see that, my Target, you can't pull slippity-doo-dahs. The movies are all in plastic cases, and they open them up at the register. So when you're buying something, you can't tell, what condition the slip is, what, if the case is broken. So just be on the lookout for that. You might want to check out your movies before you leave Target. And I'll show something else off that I got at Target that was broken in a minute. I also picked up the Screams 1 and 3, and then 2 documentaries. I had all the Screams, but this was $10, and you know, so I traded them in. I put the fourth movie in there. That's some cool artwork. $10. I don't know. Even though I already had them, couldn't pass this up. And then a lot of their $5 DVDs were $4.75, and I have this on Blu-ray, but it comes packaged with the 3 movies and 3 digital copies. So like I already switched out the digital copy and put it in the case, so I'm going back to getting all the Back to the Futures. And this stack are from various comic book stores and pawn shops. They were all $1 a piece. First up was Fracture. Very good movie. Anthony Hopkins, I've been on an Anthony Hopkins kick, watching like Red Dragon and Hannibal and stuff. And everybody that I watch on YouTube loves Ryan Gosling, but I don't hear them talk about this movie quite a bit. So I recommend this. And these were all like $1, $1.50 a piece. So, and this movie is it's a thriller, but Anthony Hopkins, he has me laughing. Like, I don't think he's trying to be comedic, but watch this movie and you'll see what I'm talking about. Next up, the remake and the original Amityville Horror. Just watched this last night. Again, very good. Michael Bay, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The remake, very cool, based on a true story. Slither, haven't watched this, but it's got a great cast. Michael Rooker, Nathan Fillion, Elizabeth Banks. So, always glad to have some more horror in the collection. And then, I just mentioned this, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is the first remake, I guess. Very good. And, like I mentioned, I've kind of been on a Hannibal kick. Did see this in the theater, wasn't that impressed with it, but I figured, you know, as $1, I'd give it another shot. It's Hannibal Rising. This is probably the scariest movie of all that I bought, New York Minute. I'm not even going to explain why I bought it. I just did. It was $1. And then, last but not least, on the DVDs, Saturday Night Live, Best of Will Ferrell, which I already have, so this will be probably going on eBay. I'm looking for Will Ferrell Volume 2. There's that. And then, my Target has this section, and I've got 2 Targets close to me, and I've only seen this at one of them, and I haven't heard anybody talk about this. It's a $10 Universal section of the decades, and it goes from 1960 through the 2000s, and they come with these really cool slipcovers that talk about what movies were out in that decade. They talk about TV shows and radios and things like that. I thought it would be really cool to have, you know, if I got, you know, when I was older and if I still had these around, just to get kind of a glimpse of what was going on. So, I got Psycho on DVD, Animal House on Blu-ray, Breakfast Club. The 80s was one of the most stacked decades, and I'm going to go through what they had, but that was the most difficult decision that I had to make on what movie to buy. Casino from the 90s, and then Knocked Up. Now, this was also in one of those cases I was talking about at Target, and I had to switch it out that it was broken. So, like I said, be real, you know, make sure you're checking, you know, because you can't tell when they're in the cases what condition that they're in. So, I'm just going to go through real quickly what they had decade by decade. So, in the 60s, they had The Birds on DVD, Change of Heart on DVD, which is a Elvis Presley movie, Charade on Blu-ray, Flower Drum Song on DVD, Psycho on DVD, Spartacus on DVD, To Kill a Mockingbird on DVD and Blu-ray. Now, for the 70s, they had American Graffiti on DVD, Animal House on Blu-ray, High Plains Drifter on Blu-ray, Jaws on DVD, The Jerk on DVD, Slapshot on Blu-ray, Smokey and the Bandit on Blu-ray, and The Sting on DVD. And for the 80s, like I said, probably one of the most stacked decades was Back to the Future on DVD, Blues Brothers on DVD, Breakfast Club on both DVD and Blu-ray, Fletch on Blu-ray, Scarface on Blu-ray, 16 Candles on Blu-ray, and Weird Science on Blu-ray. And then the 90s had Babe on DVD, Backdraft on Blu-ray, Big Lebowski on DVD, Casino on Blu-ray, Dazed and Confused on DVD, Happy Gilmore on DVD, Jurassic Park on DVD, The Mummy on DVD. 2000s, to finish it out, had 8 Mile on DVD, Bruce Almighty on DVD, Cinderella Man on Blu-ray, Aaron Brockovich on DVD, the first Fast and Furious on Blu-ray, Knocked Up on Blu-ray, Mamma Mia on Blu-ray, and Wanted on Blu-ray. So check out your targets. I don't know if this is a new or old section. When I was kind of looking these up, I think they're kind of older, but like I said, the Target in the next town didn't have this section. I've heard nobody on Twitter talk about it, with these slips. So that's everything that I've gotten this week, and thank you for watching. Later.